Hi everyone, it is Thursday, January 25th, 2018, and this is episode 129 of Serenova Crafts. I'm your host Jessica. I can be found as Serenova on Ravelry and Twitter, and as Serenova Crafts on Instagram. You can find the show notes for today's episode. Not that there's going to be a lot, because I'm only going to talk about two things. But anyways, the show notes for this episode are on my blog or in the Ravelry group, or links down below if you're watching on YouTube. If you're a new viewer, thank you for checking me out. If you're a returning viewer, thank you very much for coming back. Like I said, I'm hoping to be podcasting more, because I have something known as free time again. If you are just kind of stopping by, there is a Facebook group for this. It's not terribly active, but there is a Facebook group. Follow me on Rav, follow me on Twitter, follow me on Instagram. I tend to follow back if I at least have an idea of who you are. Not so much on Twitter, but on Instagram, definitely. And feel free to message me if you have any questions. There's an AMA in the Ravelry group. Nobody's asked me anything in a long time, but, you know, if you have a question, just feel free, or comment in the show notes or whatever. I'm happy to talk to people. So, it's now a week and a half post Tivana. I did enjoy my past weekend. It was nice not having to be up on a Saturday morning. Kevin and I did go out for a good chunk of the day, however, because we decided that we wanted to get another cat, and this time we wanted to get two cats, because we're both gone a good chunk of the day during the week, and we both feel that having two they could keep each other company and stuff like that. So, so we went out looking. There was a few possibilities, but nobody really called to us. We're going to go out again on Saturday, to check the shelters. We have been keeping an eye online to see who's been posted at various rescue groups and everything, because we are planning to rescue. We're not going to go and buy a pet. We're not those kind of people. Like when I suggested we go to PetSmart to look at the cats that the Humane Society had there, he's like, oh, I thought you didn't buy cats. I'm like, Kevin, no. These are the Humane Society cats. He's like, what? I'm like, did you not know PetSmart does this? He's like, no. I'm like, all right, let me tell you a thing. So we went to PetSmart. There was one cat we really liked, but another family adopted her before we could, unfortunately, because it's first come, first serve there. But there's two boys at a shelter about 2 towns over that we're going to go look at on Saturday if they're still available, and I'm hopeful that we might get these two. They're 2 orange boys, about 1.5 years old, so we will see. They came in together, so they don't want to separate them, which is why we have such a limited selection, because a lot of cats come in on their own, and cats are kind of territorial and often don't like others, or they'll put up with other animals but not other cats. It varies depending on the cat. But so unfortunately, a lot of the cats that were available this past weekend, we're not good with other cats, or we would have taken 2 of those. But we want 2 cats that are good with other cats, because we want them to spend time together. So that's where we stand on that. But so that's what we spent doing on Saturday. Sunday, I didn't really want to watch the game, but I ended up watching the game because my uncle was like, I am watching the game, and I was over at my grandmother's house and he took over the TV. So go Patriots. I'm not a sports person. It's all sports ball to me. I know, that's like really, but I mean, you get me talking about Quidditch, now that's a whole other story, right? But I don't know, for some reason watching people play like popular sports on television is not my thing. The Olympics, however, I will watch the Olympics at every chance you give me, right? Like, I love the Olympics. But the thing about the Olympics is they're sports that you don't see all the time, right? You don't see them all the time. And so that's why I like them so much. Like, especially the Summer Olympics, I love archery. I love the horseback riding. The rhythmic gymnastics is absolutely fascinating. Like, you know, and like for the Winter Olympics, like, when do you ever see curling when you're not in Canada, right? And the downhill skiing and the ice skating, like the figure skating, and even the speed skating is interesting. And I mean the hockey, yeah. I mean I have hockey at the Olympics, but hockey, yeah. You know, but a lot of the other winter sports, I'm just like, wow, you never see these on television. Like, you never see bobsledding on television. Like, no. So I like the Olympics. I just don't like most sports broadcasts on American television. Does that make sense? I mean, I have nothing against people who enjoy them. I really don't. I just prefer not to watch them. I normally watch the Super Bowl under duress. Mainly because I don't have an option, because nobody else I mean, okay, Kevin and I have 2 TVs. I could go in another room. But, you know, like, you know, I just, yeah. So, anyways, after my 2-minute sports rant, there has been actual visible progress on knitting projects this week. Yay! Because I had something to notice for time. I actually got to go to the Tuesday morning knitting group I had been frequenting before the fall. If you guys remember, it's a Barnes & Noble group. I got to go this week. And, yeah. And yeah, I got to go this week. So, you know, it was really nice to be able to go and hang out with the ladies again. I hadn't seen a bunch of them in ages. The weather on Tuesday was crap. I mean, literally everything was a sheet of ice. Literally, there was so much ice on my car, I had to pry the door open, get it in, turn it on, and let it heat up before I could even think about scraping the windows. Because we had freezing rain overnight, and it was like a ½ inch of ice on my car. I stopped to get gas, and I literally had to pry the cover open to get at the gas cap because the ice hadn't melted. But anyways, I have actual visible progress on knitting projects. So it looks like I didn't do a lot on this sock because, you know, that's the marker, that's where I am. But I turned the heel, which I consider a decent amount of work. So I turned the heel. So this sock now has a heel. So now I am going to work my way up the foot and hopefully start the second sock. So what I did was, and this is what I usually do with self-striping yarn and socks, is that I have 2 balls, because this is a Patton's Croy ball. I have 2 balls, one for each sock. So I pulled from the other ball for the heel, so that the striping on the front of the sock stays consistent, but on the back, because I don't mind if the heel's messed up, but I want the front of the sock that people are going to see to look nice. So I pulled from the other ball. I do it with fish lips, because here, excuse me, I cannot stop yawning this way. I've been up for like 2.5 hours, and I'm still yawning. And no, I didn't have coffee. I don't really drink coffee. But so yeah, so I like the striping to be consistent on the front. So I'm gonna not use all of this ball, and then when I do the other sock, I'll use the remainder of this ball for the heel of the other sock. But so yeah, I consider turning the heel progress. So even though, you know, holding it up like this is not that much progress, when you turn it around, oh hey, there's a heel. So I feel like that's excuse my sniffles. I'm sorry. Winter is like just runny nose season. Partly due to cold, partly due to the low humidity. I fought off a cold at the beginning of the month. Like the second week, like I actually missed a day of work at the synagogue for it while I went, and basically the school director was like, go home. So I did. But I think Kevin caught it, so I don't think I'll re-catch it. Sorry, I was just moving my marker while I was talking. But just the cold weather just makes me sniffly. So unfortunately, sorry, there's going to be a few sniffles in this. But so yeah, progress, and I just moved the marker, so for next week. So it's Thursday/Friday mornings is probably going to be my new record time. I'm recording today on Thursday because I am hanging out with some friends tomorrow, and I'm picking the first one up at 9:30 in the morning, so I'm not going to have time to record and process and everything, because the recording doesn't take very long. I mean, I'm only 8.5 minutes into this, but the processing takes a while because my computer has to save the video, has to process the video. So, so that usually takes a bit. As you can see, things are actually slightly more organized behind me. I've been working on up here. The piles are not as ragtag. Yes, there's still piles, but they are more organized piles. You can see these things here. These were next to my desk over here, but I took a piece of furniture from Tivana. That's 4 shelves, and it's metal, and I have it here, and this lamp actually is sitting on it. But it's 4 shelves, it's metal and glass, and those plastic things I've had since the first semester I went to college. My mom bought me those to use as storage in my dorm room in 2006. So those pieces of plastic are 12 years old. And, yeah, they're pretty busted up, so I'm going to clean them out, organize what's in there, and add them to other things. I've been organizing my bookshelves, and you can't really see over here, but I've been organizing boxes and stuff, and this pile has actually gone down. So I feel proud of myself. I've been organizing, keeping track, because I actually have time to like get stuff working up here now. Of course, there's still Tivana bags, because I used Tivana bags for everything, so there's Tivana bags. And actually, the orange bags are Tivana bags, too. So those are old Tivana bags, and those are new Tivana bags. Actually, those are Tivna bags, which is an inside joke at my store, but Tivna bags. But yeah, so So, yeah, I've been working on organizing up here, so actually the piles in the background have lessened and things are more organized, and I feel very accomplished with that, and I wanted to show it off before I go to the other knitting thing. So the other knitting thing is for my assistant manager. I hope she's not watching my podcast yet, otherwise this will be super spoiler. But I've managed to do about 3 more repeats on this, so I feel very good. I am up to repeat 13. I'm going to do 20, which I think will be a good cowl length if I then, you know, seam the ends together. So I've actually come full circle with the colors now. So maybe I'll just do 2 full color repeats, which would be a little bit more than 20, but we'll see. But this is going well. I don't have a marker in this. I'm actually going to add a stitch marker since I'm sitting here and I have a marker on the desk. So I have a stitch marker sitting here at the desk. So I'm just going to put it in so that next time I show this to you, it'll be better than me going, oh yeah, there's 2 more repeats. I can see, the problem is I went and had my nails done, right? I went and had an actual, like, full set of acrylic nails put on. These things are much longer than my actual fingertips, and I'm still not used to them, and they keep getting longer because they're growing out. You can see how much they've grown out. Kind of. You can see they've grown out. And so it's pretty difficult to do things like operate a little tiny lobster clasp. You know, like operate a little tiny lobster clasp. Yeah, it makes it hard to do with nails. So this might take me a sec. But it will cooperate. I will do it. It will work. Come here, you. Ta-da! There's now a stitch. There's now a progress keeper attached. So anyways, this is that. We're actually having a get-together for a potluck. I didn't realize it was on Kevin's birthday. I'm sorry, Kevin. I didn't realize. All my coworkers and I are getting together Sunday, February 4th, which is Kevin's birthday. We'll both be 30 then. Because I'm a smidge older than he is. Like 2.5 months. Like, it's not a lot. But yeah, so I'm hoping to have this done to give to her then. So I have basically a week and 2 days to finish this. So I gotta get moving. But hopefully I'll be able to show you the finished product before I give it away to her. It's a very late, like, it's a very late Christmas holiday birthday present. Because her birthday was in November too, and I was making her something, and yeah. So, hopefully I get that done, and I can show it to you next week on Thursday or Friday, and then, that'll be that. So, thank you for sticking with me. This episode's a little longer than last week's, but hopefully, I will have a finished object for you next time. Fingers crossed. And, yeah, I'm excited to get knitting again, to really, like, get able to get into yarncraft again. I might even pull out my loom. I might warp my loom. Like, whoa, I haven't done that in ages. But yeah, so, you know, I'm excited and hopeful, and hopefully, you know, things will get more crafty as the weeks go on and I kind of recover from the craziness that was having 2 jobs. So anyways, I hope you have a good one, and I will see you next week. Bye!